Neuropsychiatric symptoms of dementia, also known as behavioral and psychological symptoms of dementia, are extremely common. People often experience more than one symptom, and they can worsen over time. Symptoms can include anxiety, depression, agitation, apathy, socially inappropriate behavior, psychosis, sleep disturbances, and more. These symptoms can be incredibly challenging and can often lead to social isolation due to stigma. Our expert conversations with a clinician, family caregivers, and those living with Alzheimer's disease aim to shake the stigma of talking about NPS to help you create a care plan and get the support you deserve.
Honestly, I think for me, the two biggest issues have been anxiety and depression. And I sort of I'll lump those two together. And then it's difficulty sleeping and waking up constantly, just anxiety, and also eating a lot at night. So when I wake up, you know, that's sort of the way that I satisfy my anxiety. I'll eat something. But I think the anxiety and depression, I'm a decent communicator. But when it comes to having to sort of think through stuff, I find it more difficult. I can't think on my feet like I used to. And that is really frustrating, and quite honestly, I get very agitated and angry with myself. It took me probably about a year to have the courage to start seeing a therapist. And I had some, my wife said, you really should, and help you talk through stuff. And I've been on anxiety medication, which it took a while for them to regulate, but I feel like it's sort of taken the edge off, as I would say, and I feel more comfortable, but I do have a lot of anxiety. I think it's worrying. I think it's worrying about my future. It's worrying about what life is going to be like in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, because I've been very fortunate and I sugarcoat stuff a lot. I don't tell people. A lot of people say, God, you always seem upbeat. You're always so happy and everything. Not always so happy. Those times when I'm sort of by myself, it's when I start thinking through a lot of stuff. So I would say that the therapist has helped me a great deal. The meds help me a great deal, and then it's sort of socialization. So, for instance, I have real difficulty with technology. When I'm in an airport this morning, using the kiosk, so I just went up to, one of the women that was standing there. They were so kind. I said, I can't do this. And I've learned, focus on the things I can do well, because I know me, I will get angry. I think a big part of my care plan is sort of the quality of life and living well. And I'll be honest, it's, I can go down the line. For me, it's just taking care of myself. It's seeing a therapist, it's taking my drugs, it is making sure that I'm exercising. And so it's that, it is it's the support group. I'm in 3 support groups, and having conversations with people that have similar issues, that is so therapeutic. All part of my care plan. The biggest thing, though, part of my care plan, it's keeping my brain active, and that's the socialization. It's my friends, it's my family, it's doing my radio show that, I have 9 listeners right now. I'm trying to get to double digits. But it's doing those things that I love. And I think it's difficult to think about, I probably am not focusing on much on that stuff that I need to in the next few years, where it's the, is it going to be memory care? Is it going to be, because I know it's going to happen eventually, and I'm very fortunate now where I feel pretty good, but there are a lot of things that people don't see that I'm dealing with, that I wasn't dealing with 5 years ago. So I think part of that care plan has got to be what's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years. The other thing that helped my wife and I, and if you can get it as part of sort of after the diagnosis is that social worker. And that social worker for me, I mean, my God, it was a godsend. And still, she's a part of what I do. First of all, there's hope. I think hope is to me the most important message. As a glass half full kind of person, hope is really important. And understanding there are a lot of resources out there. I don't want the label of Alzheimer's, early stage, whatever it is on my forehead. I really don't. But I'm more than that, and I think it's, reducing that stigma and letting people know, look at me, I'm living life. I'm living life.